Good morning, Lisa Neller here. Last week on my Monday morning Serenity session, I talked about happiness, about gaining happiness through understanding your thinking. And this week I want to talk about how to become more aware of our thoughts so that we can manage our thinking a little bit better. And that's also going to lead to more happiness, to more calm, to more serenity. And so I wanted to give you an example of what awareness feels like. So you know how when you get a hair that comes out of your head and it falls on your arm and you just begin to notice this annoying little thing on your arm, and you realize because of your experience now in life that that's probably a hair, and now you just got to find it, right? So you just go looking for the hair, you pull it off, you throw it away. That is one example of being more aware, or of having your awareness, tug at you. Okay, so here's another one. Just like listening to, just like hearing a distant thunder. Like you hear it and you're like, oh, you didn't notice it at first, and then all of a sudden you started to notice it, and you're like, that's thunder, and that maybe that's rain coming, or a storm, or whatever. And then the other one is like a smelling gas or smoke or something like that brings your awareness to like something might be wrong. I need to pay attention more, or whatever. So there's lots of different ways that you experience this awareness, and I wanted to help you today expand that to your thinking. So how do we do that? I have 5 ways to do that, but before we do it, to calm ourselves down and to bring some serenity into our morning, and it is Monday morning, we're going to do a little breathing exercise. So I'm going to invite you to close your eyes. And we're going to do this little thing called, I think it's called box breathing. So you're going to inhale for a count of 4. So you inhale 2, 3, 4, and then you hold it for 4, 2, 3, 4, and then you exhale for 4. All right, so that's what we're going to do. And on this first one, we're going to go ahead and inhale, and I want you to inhale and bring your awareness to your mind. So inhale, 2, 3, 4, and then hold it. Think of your mind, 2, 3, 4, and then exhale, 2, 3, 4, and just relax for a second. We're going to do the second breath. We're going to inhale for a count of 4. So inhale, 2, 3, 4. Bring your awareness to your heart and hold it, 2, 3, 4, and then exhale, release it, 2, 3, 4, and again, just bring your awareness to your heart. Take a regular breath here, and we're going to do the third deep breath. So as you inhale this time, we're going to think of our body. So inhale, 2, 3, 4, bring your awareness to your belly, hold it, 2, 3, 4, and then exhale, 2, 3, 4, and then relax. Okay, so that's just a little tiny breathing exercise. You could do that any time of day. It's just nice when you're, if you don't practice in deep breathing regularly, to start with a count of 4, because there's many different ways to do this, to do the deep breathing. And but just start with a count of 4, hold it, and then release for a count of 4. All right, so I wanted to talk to you today about ways in which you could increase your awareness of your thinking. And the first idea that I had was to write on a sticky note the word thoughts, and then place it somewhere in your home or your office where you're going to see it. So it's just going to remind you to begin thinking about your thoughts. Like, what am I thinking? We have thousands of thoughts daily, and what I had mentioned last week is that we're not going to be able to notice all of them, right? But we can notice the ones that are driving us. We can notice we can notice thoughts that are like in the forefront of our mind, right? And so the second thing we can do is do what I call a brain dump or a thought download. That would mean taking a journal like this. I have this beautiful journal. I love this thing. It's a Peter Popper Press journal. I get them on Amazon, but you could go to Barnes and Noble if you like to take yourself out on a little date and get yourself a journal. They have a million beautiful ones at the store. And anyway, if you go into your journal, you're going to do a thought download, meaning you're going to spend some time writing in the journal about your current circumstances or your current situation or something that's top of mind for you. And you're just going to write down everything that you can think of. Now, if you don't have a lot of time to do this, then just set your timer for 5 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever, and write down as much as you can think. Write down your circumstance, write down your thinking, your thoughts about your circumstance, write down your feelings about your circumstance, and just get it out of your mind and onto paper. I think that's going to be really helpful for you in starting to expand your capacity to become more aware of what you're thinking. The third idea I had was to start paying attention to nature. I remember a long time ago, I don't know how it came to me, maybe in a yoga class. A lot of things came to me in yoga classes, but it was just like, let's start paying attention to our environment. And so whenever I'd walk over, I used to teach yoga at the Westin here in Scottsdale, and whenever I would go over there, I would just really take in the beauty, the landscape of the place. And anytime I'm anywhere, really, I try to notice the trees and the clouds and the weather and the heat. I want to pay attention. How's the heat affecting me? How's the cold affecting me? That kind of thing. Listening to birds singing, wind rustling. Notice the flowers. So when you start to pay attention to those kinds of things, you're also going to start to pay attention more to your thinking. And when you pay attention to nature, it is going to do something for you. It's just, I don't know, it feeds your soul, right, in some way. And it's a positive thing to be appreciating nature. And so we can also appreciate our thoughts. And let's see. The fourth idea I had for you is if you feel anxious, notice in your body where you feel anxious. Like a lot of times we feel it here, but oftentimes we feel it in the upper stomach or in the low belly. Like what I want you to do is really, when you're feeling this anxiety, just ask yourself, where am I feeling this in my body? Where do I feel anxious? And then ask yourself, what am I thinking? What are the thoughts going through my mind right now? What has gotten me to feeling anxious? And notice that. And then if you like, go write it in your journal. You don't have to, but like this, just noticing your body, noticing what you feel, and noticing what you're thinking is going to be helpful. And again, expanding your capacity to begin noticing your thoughts more. And then the last thing I want to suggest is acknowledging yourself for even doing it. So when you start to notice your thoughts, if you've done this and you put that down somewhere where you can see it, if you've done a thought download into your journal, if you have noticed, paid attention to nature, if you have paid attention to your body and your thinking when you feel anxious or upset about something, then acknowledge yourself for doing that. The more you acknowledge yourself for doing that and understand that it's a very positive thing to do, it's really going to change your life. So acknowledge the work that you're doing. This is a practice, like I said, it's a daily practice of thinking about what you're thinking about. And the more we're aware of what we're thinking about, then we can start to take those thoughts to inquiry. But again, this awareness piece is huge. And I know for a fact that there are a lot of people out there who do not have this skill. I was talking to a gal who, she's an Enneagram coach, and she's very smart, and she's been in service for so many years. She used to lead a church, she was a pastor and all that. And she said to me, I went for years without knowing what I was thinking, without ever recognizing my thoughts and how they were affecting me and my actions and my feelings and my decision making and all of that. She had no awareness of it. And then she became aware through some self-study. And really that's kind of what what it's about, is to start to learn more about yourself by noticing your thinking. So I hope that's helpful to you. It's been very helpful to me because honestly, I've had a lot of conversations with myself, particularly if I'm having a bad thought about my spouse or somebody else, or if I'm noticing that I'm in judgment or something like that. I can quickly see what I'm thinking, and then I can ask myself, is that helpful? Is that even true? Like, why are you even thinking that? And then I can just discard the thought if I want to. I could just say, well, I had that thought, but I don't really have to give any attention to it. So again, this is a skill. That's why I'm trying to help you broaden your awareness. And please let me know if you're someone who already does this. I'd love to know. If this is a new concept for you, I'd love to know. And also, if you ever want to reach out to me, you can find me at lisanellercoaching.com. All right. Thanks a lot for watching, and I hope you have a fabulous week. Bye-bye.